Welcome, everyone, to Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures. Get ready for unedited, unfiltered, and unbiased talks with Polly and Kristin, because life is unedited. Are you ready to experience your highest vibrational life, seek truth, and improve your overall wellness? You're in the right place. With tales of psychic experiences and expansive living, we are covering topics that bring the mystical into our everyday lives. Intrigued? Call us now at 1-800-930-2819. We are guiding callers toward their highest expression of self. You get not one, but two psychic life coaches. Your soul's sacred journey to truth is important to us. No question is too big or too small. Stay tuned. You're about to join in on a wild psychic ride. Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures starts now. Welcome to Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures. I'm Kristin. As always, with me is Polly. Polly, how are you?
Good. It's kind of like instead of where's Waldo, it's where's Polly, because I have a different backdrop today.
Yes. So for those tuning in that have the visual here, those checking us out visually, Polly's got a different background. She has a beautiful photo of a buffalo behind her, whom I think we just named Buffy, but I'm not real sure. Yeah. But it'll change.
Perfect.
How many episodes will you be filming from that?
This is it.
This is it?
This is it.
Then I'll try not to get too attached to Buffy.
Yeah, this is it. But, okay, so I should close next week on my new house. But what's really funny is I'm getting the furnishing. So it had like a interior decorator go through, and I'm buying like all that furniture is coming with it.
Really? That's cool, because it is a very cool house.
But get this, there's a picture of a buffalo in there, which is so funny. Do you have any ties to Buffalo? I do now. I do now, friend.
You know, my youngest was born in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, see, it's all meant to be. It's all meant to be. Yeah. Okay. I should pick up and I need to read about, I imagine that their energy, their spirit animal is very strong and powerful.
Oh, we are one Google search away from knowing everything.
We are. Just don't have them run over the cliffs.
No. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'm excited about today's topic.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So we are doing, Polly is doing a channeled message. And with our promotion for this episode, we purposefully didn't go too topic specific because we never know what's going to come through.
You never know.
What do you think?
We have to finish because I need to clarify something from last week.
Okay.
So last week I began a story about when just like a little itty bitty bit of background. So I had like I'm at a VRBO, and the owner is never here, but he showed up today.
Of course he did.
And so there might be a ruckus with my dog. Okay.
Baby dog.
But back to the story. So, in my mid 40s, I had like a health crisis, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word, put me back on my spiritual path, and everything changed overnight for me. And so I could do all this crazy stuff, like channel and see things. Just like everything just changed overnight. My perception or understanding of the world just vastly shifted. Like it was so crazy.
I can't even imagine what that was like. I have more follow-up questions, but please go on.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So, I, of course, was like, especially with the channeling, I, of course, was like, I want to connect with people to, to kind of have a partner to learn more about because I would get messages and write them down and then do a Google search because it was just so crazy. And I was in Anchorage, Alaska, and it's like, nobody talks about that stuff.
Well, also you were a mom of 3. You would get up in the morning, breakfast, drop the kids off at school, come home and be like, well, now I've got this.
I turned on the fireplace and then
one does in Anchorage, Alaska.
And it was in Anchorage. So I'd look out and the sun was rising like at 10. So
you must not have had a solid social circle to lean on that had similar skill sets.
Not at all.
And how did that come up at the PTA meeting?
Well, yeah, exactly. And not at all. We'll just say not at all.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. So I kind of, was looking for at least somebody with people with common interests, because I think it's really important for anybody listening that if you're going through like this spiritual awakening or whatever, find people with common interests. It can be, they don't have to be your neighbor. They don't have to live in your town. They can be virtual, as we all, now Kristin knows that that's a great way to do it. So somebody told me, a swim mom told me about this group, and the lady that had the group was lovely. So it was like a spiritualism, which is like, they're very talented. They teach, a big thing that they teach is mediumship, but they are like Lisa Williams is that like really amazingly talented people.
Yeah.
It's evidential mediumship. So you get things that there's no way you would have any aspect of anyhow. So they do evidential mediumship, and there's like amazing people that are very well-known mediums. So I signed up for a class. It wasn't taught by the lady who kind of ran the local chapter. It was taught by somebody different. And so that's when I learned about the cabinet. So you have a dark area that you go into that no light can go into. But since they were like teaching, there's a few of us, they sealed the entire room up and put duct tape over everything, and big pieces of cardboard. So it was completely dark inside. And so that was the first time I learned about trumpets. Had no idea what a trumpet was. And that's the thing that looks like the dunce cap. But then they put a little strip of tape on it that has like reflective. And I think there was a candle lit so that you would be able to see the dunce cap. But
were you actually wearing it?
No. It just looks like one. So It's like on the ground in front of you. But here's the thing, Kristin, and I might have talked about this last week. I saw, and I this is the craziest thing. I actually saw, so you learn how to work with the spirit to move the dunce cap. There were people that could move the dunce cap.
Like levitate?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It was wild. And then the sounds would come out of it, but I couldn't understand what the hell, I couldn't get that. But there were people that could work with spirit and move the dunce cap. I moved it like a nano, like it was just like a, it wasn't impressive.
Like, was there a wind or did it really move?
Right. Like if I was looking the wrong way or whatever, had a hearing issue, I would not have noticed. So it's just like this little, okay. But then the other thing that this place did, so they did a lot of chant, so you could experience different things. Channeling is very easy for me. The other thing, and this is the one that I had the big fat question mark with, is they would have these experiences like where they go into this trance, and you're gonna laugh because I was a little skeptical. Okay, but you go into this trance and jewels.
Wait, I don't even know what you're gonna say, and I'm laughing.
Jewels, like jewels, like peridot or whatever, rubies start appearing.
Wait, you go into a trance and conjure up gemstones.
Yeah. So I did not have that talent.
Did you see people do it?
Well, that's the thing, is like, did I or did I not?
Because it's pretty dark in this room if everything's taped up.
And there's like, I don't know how they could have, I don't know how, I don't think they could have rigged the trumpet / dunce cap up to move. Like, I don't see how they could have done that, because I was there when everything was made dark. I just don't see how that's possible.
Okay.
The jewel thing, I'm like, really? Because another thing that they did, and this is just this chapter, and it was just that teacher of the chapter. So I actually personally want to go to Lilydale, where it's a huge, like the spiritualism there is huge. I think it would be so much fun.
Where is that?
New York.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like Teresa went.
Okay.
Like, I really want to go there. But anyhow, so this particular one, they would have these meetings, like monthly meetings, and they would have at the end of the meeting, they would have like these different big crystals, like maybe for $1,100 or something. But here's the thing, they were only they said that they were told by, Jesus or whoever, what crystal was for who was supposed to buy it.
Oh, no pressure.
But yeah, so anyhow, that part was like, so the crystal, that type of stuff was a little bit like,
yeah.
But I saw some amazing things that there's like that I couldn't explain. But okay, so here is wrapping up the story. So that was the backstory. Now here's where I left the cliffhanger of last time. So I was there and I had gone to a few of the classes and they started late. They started like at 9:30 or something like that. And you had to fast for the day. Which
you're in bed by 9:30.
I am. That doesn't work with my clock. And
Polly's circadian rhythm runs a little early.
And the teacher would get there late. And I think sometimes it was imbibing in some alcohol prior to.
No, that doesn't work in the Pilates world. I just want to reference that.
Right. Doesn't work in my world either. Okay. So this one evening we had everything taped up. It was all dark and everything. And I can't remember we were all in the little huddle and I can't remember what we were practicing, but I do remember it was very quiet and there, I could hear like this big jet plane fly over, which, so it was in Anchorage, Alaska. And you don't normally hear like a big jet plane fly over. And so I heard that and I was like, caught my attention. And then the teacher said something like, he said like, something's wrong. And I'm like, holy crap. Is it like the jet plane is going to drop a bomb or what?
You're like, what's wrong?
Because it was just so whatever. Because I was already feeling like, okay, something's a little off. Heard the jet plane. He said, something's wrong. And then he like kind of collapsed. But before he collapsed, I hear something's not right with him. And so I hear that and like the way I hear things. And so he kind of collapsed. Because I used to be a nurse, I checked his pulse. He was able to communicate, but we wrapped up the night and I was like, I'm never coming back here again.
Yeah.
I'm never coming back here again. It was the weird, and I'm simplifying it, but it was just, it had such edgy energy to it that I'm like, I'm never coming back here again. I never felt super, he was different than the chapter person of that group. The teacher was different. I don't think had super healthy habits.
Gotcha.
And I just never felt really safe. I mean, if something happened, you could not get out of that building very fast.
Oh, I think fire codes are being violated. Like there's some questions here.
It was really weird, but I'm totally glad I did it because I saw things like that I had no idea. And just so everybody knows, like I, as a kid, could do like psychic-y stuff. And I heard things later on, like just living my life, I heard things. But I didn't know, I didn't even know about guides.
So this was a full education for you in a variety of ways.
Yeah, like when I had my health thing and everything just shifted, I didn't even know, like so much of the stuff that it's just like for you, it's just commonplace. It was brand new to me. Wow. Like if somebody 5 years before had said, oh yeah, you're going to be talking to your guides, you're going to be whatever, I'd be like, you are crazy.
And just here we are.
Just goes to show, friends.
Completely. Wow. Well, this is a fantastic transition into what we're going to be doing today. So here's what we'll do. Polly's going to lead us through a channeled message. Whatever comes in is what we were meant to hear. And then I'm thinking maybe after the channeled message, we can open up the phone lines, 1-800-930-2819, and take in callers. If you have a specific question, if you just want us to maybe pull a tarot card for you, which I don't have mine right by me, so I'll have to run get them. But we can take callers. And we have had a couple of Instagram messages from you guys wanting to be anonymous. And that is cool too. So if you just want to ask us a question and not give us your name, totally fine. You don't have to give us details at all. Just throw out a question you need some help with. And we are here for you. 1-800-930-2819.
Okay. And just so everybody knows, if you're driving, because it's what I do is kind of relaxing. That's the first thing is very relaxing. So maybe listen to the recording later on.
Yes. Good pro tip there.
Just because it's super relaxing. But definitely, like, whether or not you're driving right now or whatever, listen to the recording later on, because it's something. And the other thing that I always tell people, well, I don't always tell people this, but I often tell people this, like, you don't necessarily have to pay attention to the words, because the way that the stuff that I do works is it's energy. It's just like exchanging energy. It's like sharing energy, if that makes sense.
I love it.
Yeah. So, okay. And I never know exactly how deep I'm going to go. But I always start with kind of a meditation type thing. And then there's always a message.
Do you do anything like before right now? Do you do anything to prepare for receiving a channeled message and sharing it?
I just feel it, but I did go to the gym.
Okay.
Oh, and get this. I did go to the gym and since I'm in this VRBO, far away from the gym that I belonged in. It was 11 point something miles. I went 5 something miles before I got a red light. The angels were so good to me today. I
love that for you.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
They were preparing me. They were preparing me. Thank you, God. Okay, Kristin, you haven't talked very much. I've been like,
which is fine. Well, I'm healing. I had a little throat situation.
Let's see if that's what it is today.
Oh my gosh.
Let us see. Okay. Okay. So if you are not driving and if you are home and you're just like able to just, I'm going to take a minute. Please take a minute. Please take a minute and just sit down, settle in. If you want, lay down, because I can assure you it's very relaxing. Like, I already start feeling the energy. Very relaxing. So just settle in. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes, take a nice big breath in, and exhale, and allow yourself. I have to say one thing, even though I'm still here. I'm not using my microphone. My microphone's packed. So hopefully this. Oh,
you sound perfect. It's totally good.
Okay. Okay. So take that other nice big breath in. Exhale. And notice where you're supported, whether it's your feet touching the floor or the earth. If it's your lower back being supported on a chair, or perhaps your whole body, just notice where you're supported and settle into that support. Feel the connection. Notice how your body's feeling. And just let your breath come and go naturally. You breathing in and breathing out. And begin to notice how you feel these sensations of the energy around you. Begin to notice how you can feel energy. It's almost like these currents that might be bumping up against you. And imagine some of them are flowing through you. Some of them are flowing through you and taking out of your body, out of your mind, out of your thoughts, anything that no longer serves you. So just continue to relax and feel this energy swirling around you. And now I want you to imagine that you have this beautiful energy, because we're still very much connected to the earth. I want you to imagine you have this beautiful energy of the earth coming up, supporting you. I want you to feel it moving up through your bones, moving up through your bones. I want you to feel that power moving up through your bones, through your body, all the way up. It goes up to your shoulders, your neck, through the crown of your head. It's like you just created this beautiful channel of strength. You are a channel of strength, of love, of peace, of courage. So as you're receiving that beautiful energy and you've created this place for energy to flow through you, through your thoughts, through your mind, you're allowing this feeling of a new beginning. You're allowing this, it's almost like you're touching. Imagine that you're just barely touching this idea, this thing that's taking form. Imagine that you have the power to create, to touch, to be in whatever way you want. Imagine that you have the power to create, to touch, to be, to bring forth into however you want to live your life, however you want to expand, however you want to be. And there's nothing stopping you from creating this journey. There's nothing stopping you from creating this journey that is far beyond what you know now. So I want you to feel your body, feel the energy moving through it, feel what you know now. And now I want you to imagine that you're being pulled forward into something new. You are literally being pulled forward, moving into something new. You're moving into a new vibration, into a new reality, into new circumstances. I want you to feel that shift, feel this change, and allow yourself to be in the presence of the unknown. Allow yourself to expand into the unknown, because at this point, we don't need to give it a label. You are simply moving into the unknown. You have this sense of power. You have a sense of creation, of creativity, of inspiration, and you're moving into this place of the unknown. It's a new reality, a new vibration, that's so funny. Vibrational experience for you. This is something new. Okay, now they're wanting me to show you so that you're in this new place, and I want you to begin to feel this energy of love coming in. So you've been planted, and you have this amazing energy of love. It's helping you let go. It's helping you expand. It's almost like you can imagine that it's ink moving across paper, slowly moving, like watercolor ink, moving across the paper. It's allowing this expansion in your thoughts and your mind. Breathe it in. And now we need to put attention back into your lower body. Put attention back into the connection with earth. Bringing back your strength. I want you to feel that strength moving up through you again. And you have this energy coming up through you, expanding. Your thoughts are expanding. You are reaching out. And right now you are just receiving. You are receiving this energy of peace, of love, light, compassion. And it's so funny. They are using, it's like what they're saying is it's a lack of arrogance here. There's a lack of arrogance. It is just of peace, of love and compassion, a lack of arrogance. And for you to be okay with this non-form, and understanding that you are complete even in a place of non-form. So the form does not complete you. So there is nothing about you that is in form. The form does not complete you. And even the experience doesn't complete you. So even when you take form for an experience, even that doesn't complete you. So you are beyond and above needing form and experience. And it's just this ability to receive and to be and to know. It's the knowing. So I want you to connect to that energy of peace, feel it moving through your body, perhaps through your third eye, your crown. And knowing that this change in our economy, this change in our world, this change as we see things moving forward is almost like a split. It's almost like where we are right now in our country, but it's global. It's almost like a shearing. There's this vast split that's going on right now. It's a shearing of wills. It's a shearing, if that makes sense. That very sharp break is what is occurring right now. It's a very sharp break that is occurring right now. And I'm not, okay, so that sharp break is appearing right now, but it will come back together. I do not think in our lifetime we will come back together, but in a completely different form where one supports the other. So there is a shearing of energy right now. So a shearing of wills, a shearing, and that is happening not just on a individual, but it's a global, it's a collective shearing that's taking place. But what will happen is one becomes a foundation and the other becomes growth. And this growth is in a completely different area. It's a completely peaceful way of being, but it needs that foundation for this completely peaceful way of being. And so even within yourself, you yourself might be feeling sometimes this split, this unknown, this severing, leaving behind. And knowing that your foundation is changing and you yourself will grow into a much more peaceful way of being. Again, I'm not sure how that helps us in this lifetime, but I do know that this sharing of self, that this sharing of the collective is occurring in this lifetime. We will continue to expand. We will continue to feel uncomfortable, if you will, as things shift, as our creature comforts. What is normal is shifting. What is normal is shifting. And there's this total revamp on who supports, what supports, how we're supported. And that will continue. But the greatest thing is this expansion, this expanded experience, this ability to see beyond, as they're saying, see beyond our truth, see beyond our truth, see beyond, know beyond our truth. So much more than this reality, know beyond this reality. Okay, when you're ready, if you felt like you've drifted from your body, just take a nice big breath in and exhale and bring your focus back into your body. You might imagine that you're coming back into the crown of your head, filling in. Now settle into your core. Take another nice big breath in. Move your fingers, your toes, shift your energy, your body. Allow that energy to come back in so you're feeling grounded. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. Welcome, friends.
That was amazing. I loved it. I feel good. We have our first break here in a moment.
Oh, cool. Isn't that nice? Because my eyes were closed. I would not know.
That works. So do you remember everything you just said? Or
no,
is it channeling?
I don't, but I do remember it was interesting, the shearing, the separate. It is like just something splitting, just something splitting in the middle, and it just has this separation.
Yeah.
But one part comes back and supports the other for new growth.
Well, I like that. I like how where we're headed. But the splitting, I mean, you could make that a political translation. There's so many things that feel like a major duality right now that
is true. That seems
really applicable.
That is true. And I'm curious, how the support, I'm curious who's supporting this new group, because it's almost like this, I won't say unnatural, but it just feels like those that end up supporting would never in a million years believe that would be their role.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I feel like we are in a place where it would have to be something like that for everyone
Yeah.
to be together and unified.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Oh, I love that. Okay, we're going to take a break soon. Here is the number 1-800-930-2819. Give us a call, have a question, or we can pull a card for you. And again, you do not have to tell us your name. You can keep it anonymous. We're totally fine with that. We welcome any and all phone calls, but really do. I mean, we're here for you. We want to provide a service. So please feel free. No question is too big or too small. We aim to please.
We aim to please. I was just going to say that. We aim to please, friend.
Oh, I love that for us. All right. Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures is taking a bit of a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Awesome.
Welcome back to Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures. It's Kristin and Polly. So right before break, Polly led us through a really awesome meditation. I still feel super zen. And then she gave us a channeled message. So we're going to kind of talk that through. If you want to give us a call, have any questions for us, it is 1-800-930-2819. Polly, the channeled message. Here are my questions for you.
I love it.
Because I'm super curious. So you don't exactly, because I'm guessing like you, this is something you provide for individuals as well. And if you did several in a day, would you remember what you said, or does it all kind of run through?
No, but there are some messages that I get a lot.
Oh, like on repeat.
There are some messages that I'm like, I have no idea. Like I told you, like I have no idea what they're talking about. And so then when I'm done, I write it down and I do like a Google search. Like I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. Interesting. And then when you're receiving it, in your mind's eye, like, are you seeing anything? Are you hearing
it depends.
things?
Like if I am super deep, then I am just saying the words. But if I'm not in as deep as like how I was today was like 50-50, then I'll see things. I see things and I hear things, but I see like they show me what if they show it to me also.
Okay, so then it's up to you and your conscious mind to like choose the words and kind of translate what you're seeing.
They give me the words. They give me the words, but they also show it to me. And it's also weird. You know, when I started to say vibration, but I couldn't say vibration. Like I could have gone deeper then.
Oh.
But I didn't.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And then, for example, the word shearing seemed of importance.
Yeah.
Did they provide that word or did you?
They did provide that word. Yeah.
Because that's like a pretty aggressive split.
It is.
Which would be my translation. Because then pragmatics comes into play. Like, what do the words mean to everyone?
Yeah. But I do believe that it's not, I think that some people are going to go through this with ease and grace, as we do, right? And then other people, I believe that the easier it is for you to move through life in general without resistance, the easier all of this is. And
so, yes.
The more you hold if you're somebody that becomes very attached to certain things, the more difficult it is because you might be holding on to something and the rest of you is going that way. And that can be very uncomfortable. Yeah.
That is kind of a consistent message with you. I think when you are providing coaching and advice is you're going, but do you want to do it with ease and grace and just kind of roll with it? Or is it going to be a battle and you fight it? And when you give us that message, in my mind, I always picture it's like people skiing down a mountain and we're going down the mountain. We're going to get there. Are you going to glide down like very smoothly or are you going to tumble and skis are going everywhere and you end in like this? We're all getting there. We're getting to the bottom of the mountain, but how are you going to get there?
But it's true and it's completely mindset. And we all have things that are a trigger, if you will, of not ease and grace, a trigger of holding on to something or resisting, right? We all have that.
Yes.
And I mean, we just do. And there can be like really like, you know, like some challenges are easier to move with ease and grace.
Mhm.
Like I was thinking about this on my angel drive back from the gym this morning. But it's like, for me, it's almost to think about, okay, if you have like a health challenge, it's easier to surrender. In my mind, it's easier to surrender because it's like, it is what it is. Here I am. It is
Mhm.
what it is. And I'm just going to go with it. Like, it's just easier to surrender. But then there's other things, perhaps like a legal battle. It's not as easy to surrender because does that make sense? Like
It does. And I always feel like with something health related, it's always very humbling and you feel like you have no control. There's a sense of like, well, there's a higher power. I'm not in control. So of course I have to surrender and just kind of go inward and throw out some prayers and be as in tune as I can and as positive as I can. But with other avenues in your life, there's a sense of like you have more control. So we're not as willing to surrender. It's not a forced surrender.
Yes. And it's, and so, right. So in response to that, I feel like those things, whether it's a legal battle, I mean, that just comes to mind because there's that, whatever, or buying a house, the back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But say it's a legal battle or somebody's going through a divorce or something, because that can be a very challenging time. It's, and there are quote unquote typically opposing sides, there's opposite sides, if you will, right? And so, but again, you have to have faith in the process. You have to have faith in the process, and you just take your steps. But if it doesn't unfold as you thought it would, you just have to like let go and wait before you take your next step. But it can be so difficult, right? So
difficult. Yes.
Because you're thinking, well, what if this person does, right? And often if it's something that's like a divorce or whatever, that's very challenging, you're like, but I know this person's going to do this because this is what they always do. And how do you back away from that and find your ease and grace?
Oh, which I think is the eternal question when you're in negotiations of any kind. We are trained to be like, we're coached up to be like very forward moving, very focused, and do all our research and get everything like dialed in. And then the big battle is, oh, but just trust that it'll be okay. When everything we've trained for is telling us, no, I must prepare. Which is funny too, because it's like when you did the channeled message, for me, it's so hard because I want to prepare for everything. So when we're doing this episode, the research to do was just like, well,
you're so funny.
I don't know what to do. So all I did was think, well, what am I curious about when it comes to channeled messages? I'm just going to ask her these questions because this is how I will prepare. But to give a channeled message, really the preparation is get in the right mindset and then trust that it's going to come through.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. But that's the thing is like, I always say that I'm lazy. And that's the thing is I have mastered being able to just do nothing.
It's hashtag goals.
I truly have. I mean, I am lazy as heck.
But what you do is you tune in and you relax and you trust.
I just let it.
Yeah. Which is a battle for me.
Yeah, but it's the weirdest thing. Like, so I am buying the house, and I was talking to the home inspector last night, and he's like, oh, I'm sure you researched all of the on an issue. And I'm like, no, I did not.
But I love that you think I did that. I love that you think that of me.
No, I did not. But let's talk about it now.
Let's talk about it now. I did communicate with my guides, and they're on board. So all of us.
Okay. So so now let's move on to something. This is just a little bit different. But when I was on the trail a few days ago.
Holly is an avid hiker, so she gets a lot of inspiration and intuitive hits.
All of it out there. I love it. So I was chomping along, and I was like, yeah, just imagine that you're back in a classroom. Like I could see myself back in like middle school, back in the classroom. God is at the front of the classroom. You can raise your hand and ask for whatever you want. Ask whatever question.
I love that.
And then it's answered. But here's the thing. In our life, it's almost like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just depends on how you want to do it. Do you like to get signs? Right? Like, do you like to get signs? So when you go out on the trail or go out and garden or whatever, do you like to get messages from the animals? Or how do you get your messages, Kristin?
I usually when I try to do my meditation, just get as zen as I can. There's always certain things I'm curious about, like specific to my life. But then also, as you know, I'm waiting on my Kundalini awakening. And I'm also fascinated.
How do you know it hasn't happened?
Well, you're right. I'm a very obvious one. I'm waiting for like the fire and openings.
Right, the burning bush.
Yes.
That everybody waits for.
Yep. And something tells me it's not going to be that obvious.
Well, now I'm here to tell you it can be, but you still are here. I mean, until we're not here, you're still here.
That's an excellent point. I'm also fascinated with time. And so I'm always asking, like, tell me what time is and how it works and all these things. So those are my two like big astronomical blow your mind things. But on a more like scalable level, I would say that I get my guidance from just ideas pop into my head. And it can be when I'm driving, just usually when I'm not like task oriented and trying to do something, when I'm like just daydreaming and zoned out, not staring at my phone, not doing any spreadsheets, not trying to talk to someone, but when I'm zoned out, then these ideas come in. And usually when I'm like on a walk or something, I get all the great ideas. And then my battle is, I got to remember these. So sometimes I'll write them down on my phone.
Oh, that's so true.
Yes. Because they come in and they're just little pings. They're just like little ideas.
You're so relaxed. It's not like right. Like, and actually like, because I'm so much the same way. Like if I'm going, like say I start writing something and then I get the enhancements when I'm out on the trail and I'm like, I have to remember this.
I love that word, the enhancements. That's a good way to describe it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like boring writing and then I get the enhancements.
The enhancements.
Enhancements of life.
Mm-hmm. And it's important that we do, because some people, I think just the way life is right now, everyone is so task oriented, or maybe it's just me and I'm projecting.
Oh yeah, you said you do spreadsheets. Like what the hell? God almighty. Lord.
I don't do them every day, but sometimes to organize my thoughts and my task list. Maybe we'll just call it a to-do list.
What's that thing called that people are supposed to do? That program you're supposed to do, like Excel.
Oh yeah, Excel spread. Yeah, that's how you make a solid spreadsheet. I don't love spreadsheets. I'm acting like I do them all the time. That's not the case. So I just like a good orderly fashion, but it's a challenge and I'm still working on the balance of that. And I see so much benefit now, like I'm way better, but I'll do my little to-do list and I'll feel so organized paperwork wise that I can be like, okay, I'm going to put this to the side now and now go on a walk or now go sit in a sauna or meditate in some capacity. And that's when as you said, enhancements come in.
Yes.
So I need to write it down. That's just but you know what? I love to do channeled writing too. So maybe that's just my jam.
Yeah, you're really good at that. Yeah, as you did the last retreat.
Oh, well, thank you, Polly. I appreciate that compliment.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so we had Polly's retreat was 2 weeks ago. We got back.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yes, I was looking through my phone at the photos and I was like, wow, it's just, again, time is an illusion.
Yeah. Well, remember, and this will be another show, but I did get a message about time.
Do I know this?
Yeah, I told you. Remember, it was the dominoes.
Oh, yes. Share it with the audience.
I don't know if I have the bandwidth in my brain right now to share.
Okay, then we're gonna
put a pin in there. Yeah, it has to be another one because I know. But that's the thing is like you or we get so many interesting concepts. And okay, I will share this. So I had this this enhancement come to my brain, and I told my youngest, and he was like, oh, that's stupid. He's thought that I got it out of a Sadhguru book. No, because he reads Guru books, and I'm like,
I guess if everyone knew him, this would be even funnier.
it's like, no, friend, it's your mother. But I'll take it as a compliment. You thought it came out in the Guru book.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny.
I love that he's open for discussion and kind of wants to talk about it.
Oh, totally. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. But yes, totally. Okay, so we should pull cards. Did you get your cards?
I'm going to go get mine. They're right around the corner. Please hold. Start without me if you must.
Okay. Well, so you know what I think we need to do it on is manifestation, because right now, today's, I don't even know the date, 23rd maybe. But I think it's the 23rd. Anyhow, full moon. So lots of illumination, lots of seeing things, and hopefully imagine that you can see the new direction. Like if you're searching for answers, today might be the great day for new direction. So even if you listen to this not on this particular full moon, you're still getting that energy of discovering the new direction. So I feel like we should pull a card I'm getting like new beginnings, new direction, just like all of that stuff. So if there's anybody out there that's kind of like, well, what's next for me? Or what should I explore? Oh my God. And I've got another thing.
Tell me.
Thing before. Okay. So in the last class, it came up, one person was trying to make passive income on a website. And so it was just like putting stuff on a website, passive income, not do anything. And it was failing. And I was like, in that class, I actually was doing a lot of channeled stuff. And I was like, you got to go back. Like, I didn't know that she wasn't actively like nurturing the website, but I just kept hearing it's like, so basically she put up the website, was just putting stuff on sale there, and just was surprised it wasn't selling. But the whole message of it is she needed to it has to be what she loved, like something she's connected to, and nurture and love the website and the process of sharing this, right? Because she was just like trying to connect it to Amazon or something and just have a passive income, and it wasn't doing anything. And so it's all about loving. Like if you want to create something, so if anybody's listening and you want to create some change in your life, you've got to love it. You've got to nurture it. You've got to be inspired. You have to feel it. You've got to put your your passion into it. Like let it grow.
I love that, because we do feel like we want it to be so easy,
but you want it fun, and you want to feel connected to it.
Right. The days are going to pass. We should fill them with things that we love and that bring us joy, and that feel like when you complete a project and you love it and it fills your soul, when it's done, you feel like over the moon, almost like giddy.
Good. Mm-hmm. It's so good. And that's the thing. I mean, that's what we're here for, is connection, and it's for connection. It is for connection.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I agree.
Friend. Okay. So, baby dog's going to bark. Okay. So, sorry. So, new beginnings.
Oh my God, you knew that. Are you psychic?
Well, no, I heard somebody pull up. It's normally nobody's here. I'm only here for another week. Oh, I love that.
The 9 of Angels, guardian. Okay, here's what I think this means. Anxiety and acceptance. So I think that we are feeling a little anxious and a little worried about certain aspects in our life, or where the world is going, or it can be minute, it can be big picture, but take the anxiety and the worry and throw it out the window and accept an assistance that's being offered to you. There is no shame. There's nothing bad about taking help. People are here to help you. They're offering in whatever way they're offering. And don't be afraid to take it. We're all here for one another. It's about connection, and accept the loving assistance that's being offered to you with people in your life that care. It can come out of the most random places, but recognize where in your life you're feeling a little off, a little worried, a little anxious, and do accept any kind of assistance being offered from a variety of different people and things to ease that anxiety, because it's not part of where we're going forward. Throw the anxiety and the worry out.
right?
What's that?
Connect with your angels and guides for assistance.
Totally. And I love that. Look, they are
It's
in the
so
little
sweet. It's
heart
little
angel
hearts.
wings.
It's so sweet. It's so protective and cozy. I love that.
Very protective and cozy. Yes.
I love that. It's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Little House on the Prairie.
I love that show.
Isn't that cute?
Yes. Very cute.
Okay. Okay. So mine, I got Queen of Swords. So this is about strong communication, clear communication. But it's also, so if you notice, she's not looking at us.
She's not.
So I believe that it's important for us to look forward and have our clear communication. And that's it. I was going to say more. That's it. You have to look forward and have clear communication.
Okay.
And just like, I just feel like it's so important right now to connect. Like, just imagine that you're connecting with your core and just moving forward. Like, you're just being pulled forward. Like, it's just this ease of being pulled forward into this next phase, into this, you're just being pulled forward. It's almost effortless. If you connect with that energy that pulls you forward, all else falls away. The distractions fall away. Mm-hmm. So clear communication, including with your guides and with angels and God, clear communication, and just allow that movement forward.
Yes.
It's like,
you know what I do? And I started this, I think I don't know where this came from, but in terms of communication, when I'm driving in the car by myself, I will talk to angels and guides like they're riding shotgun, like we're buddies.
Of course
and here we are. And we'll roll up the boulevard and we're just having a little chit chat. And I'm talking to them like we're just
rolling up the boulevard. We've got to wrap up, but
okay.
It's been great. And I appreciate everybody that's listening.
Yes.
Okay. And this is one thing that I tell everybody, every morning I do prayers and send off energy, and I do it for all my clients, everybody, for the world, for the animals. I'm going to do a special thing for our listeners.
Oh, please do. I'll do it as well.
That. Yeah. Yes. Isn't that nice?
That's so good. Yeah. One of my favorite things about your retreats is when we gather in a circle and send love to individuals, like one at a time. I love that. And you can feel it when someone is sending you some love. I love that.
Why not? And why not do it? Why not, friends?
Exactly. Okay.
And receive it. So everybody listening, receive it.
Open your heart and receive the love that's coming at you.
Open it up. Open it up, friends.
If you would like to follow Polly, you can.
Yeah. So reach out to me at pollywirum.com. I have a new blog coming out. It'll be out tomorrow. And it's about soul contracts.
Oh my gosh. I'm fascinated with this. I cannot wait.
I know it. Yeah, I like it because you need to get the backstory. But soul contracts. So pollywirum.com, and then my stuff is also featured on Your Tango and last week on MSN.
Nice. I love that. Okay, Instagram. You can follow her at Polly_Wirum. Mm-hmm. This radio show is at truth.wellness.psychic, and then you can follow me at Garage Pilates, all one word. And then the website is garagepilates.net. We have a free YouTube channel, and we provide online and in-studio coaching. So just reach out.
And we will do a fall retreat together. We haven't picked the date, but we will do a fall retreat. I think and it'll be in Sedona. I think we like where we've been doing it. Correct.
We do. I love it. I can't wait. I'm already excited.
The Roost.
Yes, the Roost. Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. It's Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures. Kristin and Polly, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Blessings. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for calling into Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures. We are psychic life coaches, Polly and Kristin, taking your calls at 1-800-930-2819 every second and fourth Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com. To work with us individually, visit pollywirum.com and garagepilates.net. Follow us on Instagram at truth.wellness.psychic and at Polly_Wirum and at Garage Pilates. We can't wait to share the next episode with you.